rat catcher. Poison. We decided to spray the hell out of that vent just to be on the safe side. Turned out it was the right thing to do. A couple of mutated insects fell out and followed by a gust of fresh air. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Timmy doesn't need much, but he needs to drink. We always steered away from casinos, gambling dens, and the like. So when a man came to our door and told us he used to be a gambler, we were suspicious. He invited us to play a game. He proposed a 2 water bottle bet in a card game of our choice. Yeah, I have stuff to spare, in case. Yay, we won. Haha, Lady Luck has smiled on us. We won a vicious game of war. The man wasn't too happy about it, but he delivered on his promise. Plus 2 water bottles. Timmy still hasn't rested. Timmy is no longer thirsty. If Sherikov considers our shelter its home, we might as well try to get along. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet, and Sherikov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, an attempt to touch the cat could lead to our ultimate deaths. Should we try to play with him? Sure. Aww. Dang it. We actually rubbed its head before it ran away in panic. It was nice and soft. They say petting a fluffy animal is good for you, and sure enough, we feel slightly better. The cat escaped our warm, friendly embrace and jumped to the other side of the shelter, knocking a water bottle off the shelf in the process. Its scat shattered and left a dirty puddle, as if to remind us of the questionable choices that led us here. We don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Blah, 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 blah. Everyone is dead. You perished. Alright. We'll play one more round and then we'll switch to a different game. Or maybe we won't. I haven't decided yet. I'm having fun with this. I'm gonna win one of these at one point. Sorry, I was reading that. Really low on water. I only managed to get 1 bottle. Day 1. Oh, I got 3 extra. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're together, we can make it work down here. Remember hearing can't see was healthy for you. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stocked supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party, another time we needed the rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched. Plus one padlock, book, and map. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have a good ration. We will have to ration it strictly. This is the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. We really miss the life we had. The space, the sky, the food, more food. We wish we could go back to a time before the damn bomb dropped. Day 2. Living in the past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of today and tomorrow. Ted seems to be doing alright, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it will stay that way. Timmy's on his best behavior. How long will that last? Wouldn't you know it, our dear Mary Jane keeps a diary. For some reason, she was hiding it in the scout book we need in our shelter. We have no doubts what needs to be done right now. Each of us must be assigned a role and the diary must be read aloud, right? No. Mary Jane thanked us for respecting her privacy. She then ripped out and tore all of the pages, set them on fire, stomped on them, and fed them to the mutated rat outside. A bit excessive, but we all feel better now that it's been dealt with. I still wonder what she wrote about us, though. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Getting something to drink. Okay, everyone is thirsty. This is a good day to go outside. Stretch a bit, get some fresh air, toxic air, maybe scavenge a thing or two. We sure could use some extra supplies. That's if we want to survive. Mary Jane can go with the gas mask. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope that she hurries back soon. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy's no longer thirsty. We stumbled upon a weird signal that wouldn't changing the radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams we could hear a voice. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it. But what about the children? We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't the Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners, and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Dolores is fine and well. Nothing new to report on Timmy. The trash cans of ours are getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it. So we're saving some food. Yet, for some reason, though, we would like to tidy the mess. Those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. Books. That was close. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches? Yikes. Ted is really thirsty. Water for Dolores. Everyone needs water. We're either going crazy or the entire shelter is crawling with insects. Or worse. It's worse. They're spiders. And not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. Book. Trustee Bowser, Boy Scout book. A good book is the solution to any problem you encounter. That includes marauding spiders. A few precise hits and suddenly every spider is aware of what the word decimation means. We also found a misplaced soup can while hunting those pesky spiders. That was a bountiful hunt. Ted isn't very thirsty anymore. Dolores isn't thirsty anymore. Everyone is hungry. We felt that we should do something about our interior decoration. The feng shui is really off in our fallout shelter. While we were moving things around, we found a secret door. What's behind it? There's only one way to find out. Flashlight. Day 8. Mary Jane's back. We inspected every corner of the room and found nothing. But, well, that was a waste of time. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from service. Plus one gas bags. Good, it still works. None of the burnt-down buildings looked very inviting, but after some exploring, running away from mutated spider crabs or whatever these things were, we ended up finding a bar. For some reason, it survived the blast, and its neon sign was still working, except, of course, for the letter A. Who would have known that tomato soup used to be such a popular snack in a bar? We found a few cans of it and took them with us. From what we could tell, the atomic blast interrupted the poker game. Those poor bastards are not likely to be finishing that game anytime soon. But we can still use their cards to entertain ourselves. Ted is no longer hungry. Mary Jane is quite hungry and tired. Water for Mary Jane as well. Yes. A few more hours of coughing and we'll get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted and no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. We decided to ignore any problems with the vents and focus on other problems. As predicted, all of us developed a nasty cough and had terrible trouble breathing, but it got better next morning. We don't know what the issue is, but the important thing is it's gone now. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Water, water, water. And food. Alright, Timmy, you go outside with the gas mask. There we go. Day 10. We went out to the wasteland. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Mary Jane is still tired. No one else is hungry. Radio, go. We made contact, yay. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to Jane. Mary Jane is still hungry. She needs water. Dolores needs to eat. Radio. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the blah blah blah. Mary Jane is tired. Mary Jane is feeling thirsty. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. Dolores needs water. There we go. Once we had waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was coded by some nut talking blah blah blah. Ted's stomach's rumbling. And Mary Jane is tired. Dolores is hungry, thirsty. Ed is hungry. We had some spare ammunition, but now it's gone. We don't know where. We don't know how or when. It must have been misplaced. We need to find it soon. We are out of water. Found it. The ammunition clip was covered by a can. Too bad it was empty, but at least we found our bullets back. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. We should get Mary Jane something to drink. Nothing to report about Dolores. Yeah, Ted needs food. Okay. We're closed off in a tiny shelter, and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for more desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins of the old local retirement home. They must have some supplies, and in our opinion, we need them more. The well-being of your family is the most important thing in the world, right? Yeah, let's go. Day 15. Timmy is back. Ooh, and we got water. We are now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel very good about it. Let's just never mention this whole thing again. +4 cans of food. We were so afraid for Timmy, but when he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. +1 gas mask. Good, it still works. We spotted an untouched store with many products inside and food different from tomato soup, a real treat in these post-apocalyptic times. When we were about to reach it, a terrible noise made us stop in our tracks. Something heavy fell from the sky, crashing into the store and destroying it completely. After the dust settled, we realized we were looking at a spaceship, just like in Timmy's comics. Could it be a saucerman from Mars? And why does it bear American flags on the side and the logo of something called Astro Citizen? Could it be infiltration? Crafty little alien buggers? Under a bunch of metal space junk, we found a tired old teddy bear and some supplies. The bear looked disappointed. We ended up turning him around. We could not handle his judgmental button eyes. Placed 2 cans of soup. Someone stuffed a bunch of items into a big sock. Not sure how the sock made it through the crash, but it somehow succeeded at protecting the supplies inside. Suitcase and 2 water bottles. We were tempted to take a bunch of jewelry that was rolling around in the debris, but what would we do with it? Instead, we adopted some things that survived thanks to being stuck in an empty space helmet, plus poison. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but we couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Mary Jane is tired. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane could use some food. Ted needs water. Doris needs water. Timmy needs food. Alright, everyone needs water and food. That. A stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped by today. He claimed he's a trader looking to barter some items he requires. Boy Scout book. After making the trade, the man packed his things into the wheelbarrow and departed. Before leaving, he uttered something about bandit activity nearby and how dangerous the area is. Timmy should eat something. Timmy still isn't rested. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. Mary Jane is rested. Doris is no longer thirsty. Dolores. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Timmy should eat something. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Ted seems to be doing alright, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying it out loud. We got scared a little bit today when all of a sudden our map just fell off the wall. Maybe our shelter is haunted? When the map fell down, it revealed some sort of safe behind it. We don't remember installing it, but we can probably crack it. Well, we technically have all the time in the world to do it. Should we try? Sure. Oh, good. We got an axe. We're not sure how or why the map just decided to slide off the wall, but we're lucky that it happened. Inside the dusty safe, we found some supplies. +1 Boy Scout book. I got that back. Sweet. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy has rested. Where's the water when Ted needs it? Getting something to drink from Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Food, water, water. We woke up today feeling very uncomfortable. It was like something or someone or something was watching us. We could have sworn we noticed some movement in the shadows. If anything besides us is alive in this bunker, it's time to teach it who's boss around here. Axe. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Ted is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is hungry. Timmy needs water. Are the walls closing in on us? Okay, go outside. opening the door and letting contaminated blah blah blah. Ted was affected by something. Sure, medkit. We were able to catch the military broadcast again. Flashlight. Everything was going to plan, but then the flashlight stopped working. We were lucky to get it fixed just in time to hear the distant roar of plane engines. We're pretty sure the pilot saw us. Let's see if they get it back to us. Ted has recovered from his sickness. Ted needs water. Ted is hungry. Mary Jane is very thirsty. Timmy's very hungry. Alright, everyone's hungry and Ted needs water. We've been hearing a lot of noises coming from our neighborhood today. Only guessing that Mary Jane. Too bad we never practiced shot shooting. Every shot we fired in the direction of those animals that looked like two-headed cows was a miss. Let's hope we'll be on target next time. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Ted isn't very hungry. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find some water. Mary Jane needs water. Timmy needs water. A traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently business can do well even after the end of the world. 4 bottles of water. Shit, that or that. Let's do this. We made a deal with the salesman and helped him pack. He strolled away into the wasteland like he knew exactly where he was going next. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Timmy's no longer thirsty. Ted is fine. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. Ooh, Shirikov. Yay, kitty. Oh no! As soon as the door closed behind us, the trader's bags. Yay, Shirikov. We're glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Going to the supermarket is not as easy as it used to be. Now the raiders have taken over the place and are running plunder operations in the area. It's more difficult than ever. We sense the numbers left on guard duty were limited. It seemed possible to sneak around them and retrieve some of their loot. It's worth a shot. Sneaking through the store's shelves provides us with a few cans of soup. When we was cleared to the staff room inside, we found nothing but a water cooler, free water for employees. Wow, that must have been a dream job. Plus 6 water bottles. We believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Ted should drink something. Dolores is tired, sick, fatigued, and needs to eat. Mary Jane is fine. Timmy is fine. Not everyone gets soup and water. We were admiring the radioactive landscape when we saw a young woman dressed in ragged camo clothes. She had a nasty-looking rifle, but she hailed us in a polite enough manner. She claims to be a hunter, tracking a big mutated spider. She ran out of ammo and told us that if we were able to help her out, she would be able to pay us back in a while. Sure. Excuse me. She could have hurt us, but she didn't. That counts for something. So we rewarded her with our spare ammo. Let's see if she keeps her word. Dolores would really love something to eat. Dolores' health hasn't improved. Dolores needs time for rest. Ted is no longer thirsty. Ted is pretty fatigued. Mary Jane seems fine today. Tim is fine. Okay, yeah. Timmy. I should have sent him with something. Oh well. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Doris would really love something to eat. Dolores is still sick. Dolores has rested. Ted is fine. Mary Jane is feeling safe. We were discussing plans for the first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered they came from a small group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could: water, food, or medical supplies. We have plenty of food. Our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, and smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to help someone out. They left soon after and to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they make it out of here. Dolores' health hasn't improved. Dolores is no longer hungry. Ted should drink something soon. Mary Jane needs water. Mysterious sounds are coming from our radio, but they're hidden behind a ton of static. Do we want to tinker with it a bit and find the right frequency? It could be important. Hopefully it doesn't... Oh, good. Okay. We managed to get a slightly cleaner signal after twisting some knobs and pressing some buttons. A female voice talked about being stranded in space. She said something about her crew members going insane and eating all the soup. This could be a prank or just a crazy person, but still, we wish we had a way to answer her. For now, we can only listen. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Mary Jane is a little thirsty. Mary Jane is pretty fatigued. Dolores was cured from her illness. Dolores will not last long without water. Everyone gets water. No. The cat made a choice to stay here and we'll respect it. Truth be told, if the previous owner cared about the cat at all, they wouldn't have let it run away. Maybe they weren't very good people. Maybe they weren't very alive after all. After the nuke dropped. The other way, very careless. Ted is fine. Mary Jane isn't worried. Or isn't saying it out loud. It seems whoever it was, they met their end. After a series of terrifying screams, the radio fell silent. Just before that, a distressed woman recited her full name and address. She used to live in our town. Maybe should we take a hike to her house and find out if she's left anything of value? It's not like she will need it anytime soon, having just been swallowed by a bloodthirsty monster from outer space. At least that's what it sounded like. Yes. Find Timmy's apartment. Hey! Timmy's back. The address led us to a small apartment nearby. Inside, we found work uniforms, several pairs of rollerblades, and some supplies. The whole place smelled of coffee, and the uniforms looked like ones a diner waitress would wear. Under a ton of coffee beans in the kitchen sink, we found a stack of papers and contracts with a company called Astro Citizen. Was this lady really sent to space? Who was she? We can ponder these questions while eating the tomato soup we took from her. Oh, pardon. She didn't sound like she would need it anytime soon. Plus 2 cans of soup. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. After a bit of scouting, we arrived at the city hall. Half of it was still standing, while the other half turned out to be a gaping hole in the ground. We went to the ruins, hoping to find something useful. We found the mayor sitting in his office on top of the floor. On the top floor. He had a fully stocked first aid kit on his desk. Apparently he was a bit of a health freak. All this medication seems to have done nothing for him though, since now he looks rather burnt with a tint of crispy and skeletal. We believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. Ted's stomach's rumbling. Dolores would love to eat something. Timmy is really hungry, tired, and fatigued. It's always better when things are calm. Alright, everyone gets food and everyone gets water. There's nothing more annoying than silence, and that's all we're getting from our radio. No music, no talking, nothing. Is there anything we can do? No. We're sure they are experiencing technical issues. Yes, that's it. Everything will be just fine. Timmy should eat something. Ted isn't hungry, Warner. Blah blah blah. Timmy eats food. Mary Jane. Go with the map. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Timmy should eat something. Timmy is rested. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. We finally got a good look at this vehicle down the street. An ice cream truck. No wheels, but it's reinforced with metal gears. But where were the weapons? That kind of vehicle needs a weapon. Let's get out there with some equipment and find something fitting. We broke our padlock key while lockpicking a bandit safe nearby. Inside were some yo-yos without strings and a heavy machine gun. We installed it carefully on the vehicle we found. We locked the empty cache with our padlocks so the bastards wouldn't be able to access it anymore. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Dolores needs water. Timmy's no longer hungry. Timmy needs water, so everyone needs water. We've been hearing some soft, scratchy noises in the shelter at night. We thought it was just wind, but we were wrong. It's the cat. It's not really doing anything naughty. It seems like it just squeezes through some holes in the wall and makes its way outside. We're not sure where it goes during these secret trips, but every morning it's back in the shelter like nothing happened. Should we follow it next time it sneaks out? Sure. Sherikov took us to an old junkyard that's inhabited by a lone resident, a self-proclaimed scientist living in an old bus, converted into a lab to conduct his experiments. The dog seemed happy to have his pet back, although the cat showed no enthusiasm at the prospect. We exchanged some small talk, but truth be told, we were kind of in a hurry to get out of there. The scientist didn't seem completely sane. He mentioned something about escaping the wasteland in a spaceship. Ted isn't thirsty anymore, Ted is hungry. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if they're rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. All of these options are pretty grim. We could use spare ammunition. Axe. Our cans are safe. Too bad for the hearing mutant. Guess we're still on top of the food chain. Good for us. Ted isn't hungry anymore. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Timmy might not look it, but he's a strong boy. He's doing just fine. The military is communicating through the radio again. We're sure it's a signal to evacuate out of here, but it turns out they need our help. Requested that all able citizens in the area would chop down a tree or two in the nearby park. It sounds ridiculous, but they're claiming this will make it easier for them to distract us. They never even liked that park, so let's do this already. We chopped down as many trees as we could. It wasn't much, but hopefully it will make the difference they wanted. Next time they get in touch, it better be from a tank park than on our lawn, or what's left of it. Our only regret is that this wood chopping business ruined our axe. All Ted wishes for is a few drops of water. Dolores is no longer hungry. Dolores needs water. Some water. Okay, everyone needs water until we need food. A knock on the door is not something we take lightly these days, so when a man came to our doorstep, blah blah blah, sure, why not? Sherikov came back! Haha, Lady Luck had smiled on us.
We won a vicious game of war. This man wasn't too happy about it, but he delivered on his promise.
When we woke up today, we discovered that Sherkov somehow found its way back to our shelter. Does that mean it'll stay for good? We're not sure what exactly transpired between the little guy and its owner. We asked, but it wouldn't tell. The commotion coming from outside could only mean one thing: bandits. Mary Jane probably walked right into them. We need to face the possibility that she's not coming back. Damn it. Ted isn't thirsty anymore until Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Timmy needs water. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remember it from him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called ostracism, but we refused. Now he just wants supplies, and he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. Dude. We are generous, so we shared supplies with him. We tried to make us believe that America has a working space station in orbit, or rather had, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bombs dropped. How convenient. A working space station? What a joker. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated, his brain started playing tricks on him. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Timmy's no longer thirsty. Life has been hard on all of us. Blah, 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 blah. There. Timmy can go out. Rifle. Boy Scout book. Take. The gas mask. And some soup. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we will do if he doesn't come back. Ted isn't hungry anymore. Ted needs water. 5. Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. Dolores needs food. Needs water. Okay. A band of raiders are at our doorstep. They demand we let them in. There's no game. We either yield or we fight back. There's no middle ground here. Shotgun. Aw, man, the shotgun broke. We were able to fight off the bandits this time, but there's no guarantee they won't come back. We need to be prepared at all times. Our trusty old rifle helped us fight, but now it's just a piece of junk. This is not good. Ted is no longer thirsty. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores is no longer hungry. It's hard to keep track of time down here. We can't tell if it's night or day. Our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. There has to be something else we can do. Our first aid kit was well stocked with a variety of medical supplies, including a pack of sleeping pills. We never thought we would use them, but in these conditions it's the right thing to do. Also, it was a nice change from our usual diet of tomato soup. We're all rested now and can enjoy our time in the shelter, or camp. Ted is fine, everything is okay with Dolores. Curiosity killed the cat. Almost killed the cat. Sherkov found a tiny wire. Yes, please, go check that out. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned-out truck with 2 surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us or in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows we can't have picnics here. And the car has no wheels. Ted is really thirsty. Dolores needs water. For an isolated fallout shelter, we sure have a lot of disturbances. Something has been making a lot of noise since dawn, and we can't sleep. It seems to be coming from under the floor. And coincidentally, we just found a manhole that we could use to go down and check what's going on. Nope. Timmy's back! Going into a tight, dark tunnel is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They are giving us the creeps even up here. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Some additional supplies would help a great deal, but we didn't get anything from this expedition. The scout handbook was really useful. Too bad we lost it during the expedition. Damn it. Ted is hungry. Dolores is hungry. Timmy is hungry. The agents who are spying on us are now at our door and want to explain. Yes, hear them out. The agents were real-life secret agents on a government mission. We saw their identity card briefly. They weren't listening in on us at all. It was the cat they were interested in. They made a request to wanting us to aid with them with some of their top secret missions in the future. If we do that, they promised they will extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. Hopefully they come back soon with more information. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Ted is no longer hungry. Dolores is no longer hungry. Dolores. Gas mask. Sure, take the harmonica. And take the flashlight. No. Take some food. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy still isn't rested. Where's water when Ted needs it? The army started broadcasting it. They are requesting a representative from all survivor groups to meet them at a specified location. Seems they wish to question people before they evacuate us from the area. We're not sure this is a good or bad. We should send someone though. It's still our best chance. Timmy, go on. We made it to the meeting. The serious-looking soldier asked us a few questions, made some notes, and told us they would get back to us. We can only hope we made a good impression. Too bad our Sunday isn't the best to make it through the explosion. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Timmy's no longer ready. Timmy's thirsty. We saw something strange on our way back from the expedition. A chain of lights on the horizon, pulsing and flashing in a chaotic manner. It didn't make much sense to us at the time, but when we discussed it in the shelter, Timmy said it might be a secret scout sim. He would need to check out the signal by himself and decode it using a scout book. Nope, don't have a scout book. We have doubts about it being a legitimate signal from real scouts. We're not risking walking into a bandit trap. Better just forget we saw anything. Ted is hungry. Bandits are at the door, promising us the worst fate we can imagine if we don't let them in. It's time to make a stand or surrender. Uh-oh. We thought these bandits would just kill us all, but instead they grabbed Ted and took him away at gunpoint. We hope nothing bad will happen. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Today we were visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices were low, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't have anything to give you. Sorry, man. Despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, useless or not, we turned them down and down the man's offer. It's probably for the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. We can't leave Timmy without water for too long. Timmy's very hungry. A group of doctors knocked on the door today, requesting some supplies that would be helpful. Yeah. along. Hey, Dolores is back. It was hard to turn her down because of that damn cheerfulness, but we did it anyway. The woman seemed a bit disappointed and tried to offer schematics for some weird gun. We turned that down too. It's not like we have any tools around here anyway. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. When walking aimlessly around among the ruins, it's not unusual that we're drawn to places we knew and loved. Even though we weren't specifically looking for it, we found ourselves in front of our favorite bowling alley. The bar didn't have much to offer, some rotten salads, a bunch of burnt peanuts, and for some reason a cowboy hat. We were happy to find a secret stash of soup cans under some rubble. Musty soup cans. Just where times call for desperate measures. So we weren't surprised to see that someone placed water bottles instead of bowling pins at the end of the lane. We were sorry to ruin their setup, but we really needed that water. 2 water bottles. The venue had its own game room where we could relax after running around with huge heavy balls. Most of the games were missing or damaged, but we found a decent checkerboard with almost all the pieces. Guaranteed hours of fun. As soon as we entered, we went towards the shoe locker. No one should walk around on bowling lanes without footwear. We found a locker open and empty, but we managed to grab the padlock that used to secure it. We thought this dark alley with supplies neatly stacked at the end looked promising, but to our complete surprise, it was an ambush. A bandit came out of nowhere, trying to intimidate us with a rifle and some really bad breath, both aimed in our direction. We panicked, tossing something at him, and made a run for it. The harmonica we threw hit him right in the forehead, knocking him unconscious. Damn it, we really liked that suitcase. Well, it's gone now. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. A bunch of radioactive dust got stuck inside our harmonica when we took it outside. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Dolores would really love to eat something. Dolores is really tired. We're almost certain these are bandits. There are bandits around running. Yeah, no, not yet. Lock. We didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems that they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad the padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other super-hungry barbarians. We've taken a stand and shown these bandits who's in charge here. We're hoping they won't come back with more friends some other time. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores complains that she's not getting enough good night's sleep around here. Timmy doesn't eat too much, but he should drink. Everyone gets water. Dolores gets food. Board game. When we were taking cover in the shelter, we barely had time to grab anything, so the checker set it is missing half its pieces. It seems he can still play with the one half, since Timmy has been enjoying himself. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores has rested. Timmy's no longer thirsty. Timmy's very hungry. Everyone gets We decided against that risky endeavor, even if the safe is intact. The contents are probably as boring and just as much as a waste of time as Ned was. Using a high-tech setup involving paper, cups, and yards of string, the agents rang in with our next top secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition, write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Timmy!
found in place now. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. We graciously agreed to fulfill their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information soon. Dolores can't remember remaining this thirsty for long. Alarm! Someone is trying to break in, and they're not alone. We better get ready or someone else... Yeah, I can't do that. The end. It's all over. This is not the ending we pictured. Captured in one of our shelter by bandits. Goodbye, Codewell. We spent 56 days in the bunker. You perished. Alright. That's gonna be the end of the stream, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.